Hello. How you doing? Father Emperor, yeah! For the gilded glory of the Omnissiah, yeah! For no, for Armageddon. That's like the one that the Black Templars say for most, isn't it? Because they're heavily involved there, and Hellbretch was. Well, that being said, only a small percentage of the Black Templars were even there. What's this about? We're basing Marines. That means like putting gravel, rocks and grass on the basis of the Marines. But hello, Anthony. Hello, Bug. Hello, Clockwork. Hello, everyone else. How you all doing? Hello, Goku War Dog. Nuzzle Cupcake. Aww. Thank you, Goku.
I am so cool.
Yeah, and Cuptle is so cool. I've gotten stuff done today. I've done not my full exercises. I was only on the spin bike for 7 minutes, but I still got my exercises done. Yay! And what else is there? I keep jumping. I need to just like Wait, I need to recalibrate a little bit. Yeah. I've removed all of the paints off my desk, by the way. Like, since I don't have to paint these 21 Marines anymore. Oh yeah, and it's been so long since I moved my paints that actually all my paints don't fit in my paint box anymore. So I ended up just like emptying out one of the combat patrol boxes I had. That still had a demon prince in it, and just I'm now using that to store my paints and brushes and my little paint pad thing. Oh, you stinky. Hi, Bob. I'm not stinky. We captured it for quick chaos. No, we didn't capture it for chaos. We're not Night Lords here at the moment. Hi, Banwy. Hello, hello, hello. Oh. Let me show you what we're doing today. Oh, I should probably get my little pot out for water. But where's my PVA? Here it is. Here's some. I'll show you what I'm doing. Handcam. Raw. See, I've got my army painter PVA basing glue. I've got my little brown battleground from army painter, and I've got some of these rocks. I actually just emptied out the little packets of rocks and stuff I had into here and into here, and it just about fits. But actually, it's so tightly packed it doesn't even move anymore when you shake it around. And then I've got some bushes here. I've got some different grass tufts here. And I've got... Oh yeah, if things are a bit bright, I might have to close my curtains because I think it's the natural light coming in from outside. So sometimes in the morning it's really like too bright to watch everyone for camera. Oh wait, I need to get a pen to write on the bottom of these guys, like the names. But I don't like have a black pen. Do you think a fountain pen would work? No, a fountain pen wouldn't. The ink wouldn't stay on the basis, would it? She already had Borg on for brain. What, did I say burger by accident? Burgers! No, burger day is Friday because that's the day where I stream so long I don't have the energy at the end of the day to cook anything, so I just order a Burger King. Hi, Douglas. How you doing? I hope your day's going well. I hope all of your days are going well. Yeah. Oh yeah. I need to show you something terrible. Give me a moment. Give me a moment. So I wanted to order more of this graffly stuff, so I was looking on a hobby shop for it alongside, when I was buying for clay. And I didn't try searching up for army painter one specifically. I just looked at basing things, and there was one that by the pictures it looked like they didn't show a picture of a box or anything, they just showed it on basis, and it looked really nice. But it turned out, as you can see here, it's rocks. It says Mars rocks. They're not Mars rocks. They're just probably high iron content in them, maybe. And look, it puts powder all over my fingies. For actual just stones, like this is just ground up stone to make little pebbles and stuff and gravel, and it's like, oh. It's not like these. These are really, really lightweight. I don't know if there is a way to show it on screen, just how lightweight they are, because they're not proper stones, like... They're not even... I don't even know what they are.
Branway bombarded you, and a burger got stuck on your head. Booyah on the brain is the only acceptable response.
I didn't notice that, but thank you. Hi, Malamal. Thank you. Where the hand? Here's the hand. Oh, here's the heart. Here's the love heart to work. But yeah, if you look at these things, it's like they're soft. They're really lightweight. They're soft. You can crush them. And you can bend them around. Well, that means that they just stick to the bases really well because they're light, they're soft, whatever, they absorb PVA. These things though, for proper rocks, they're solid. They're quite heavy, and for PVA is clearly not going to work well on them. And they're covered in this fine powder, which means glue's not going to work well on them anyway, because the fine powder's stuck everywhere. And technically, it wasn't, what's it called? I don't think it was technically mis-sewed, because when I look at the pictures, the only pictures of it were like these things on bases, right? And I thought it was all for gravel and stuff, but no, there's like one rock on each base, and it was the rock that they were selling. I'm like, oh. Don't snort the fine powder, we won't. And you got all that powder. Oh gosh, you can't see. Is a light on here? Might be. Oh, it is. Yeah, you got lots of powder in here. Yeah, you can see sort of the bottom. They kind of suck, but I think they might be useful for like other stuff. I guess they'll be good for like if you're making a train set sort of thing. You're like, where it's look, don't touch. So it might be good for my Warhound base. But for bases of the miniatures, the army painter one's definitely much better. Glue is better, sniff glue. No! Yeah, I'll still find a use for rocks. Don't worry about it. As I said, I think I'll put them onto my Warhound Titan base. Oh no, these are much better rocks, and this is much better gravel. Although you can see lots of tiny bits in the bottom. But it makes sense that they would be like that. Oh yeah, I've also made off stream two. Oh, you can see all the brown where I've been painting the bases. Some of them probably have it. Yeah, you can see like the little bits at the bottom. Oh, but yeah, they're finished being painted now. These are the minis. I feel like you can see the stitch on the legs and stuff. And on the tabards. And there's a little bits of it on the shoulder. This is worth the 5 months that we spent on and off on them. It's this stuff, the way you can see the grey lines at the edges that took forever to do. Like, it's 10 to 20 minutes per model, and that's if I'm not getting distracted. And I am getting distracted a lot. The dirt and the bases and stuff were easy to do. Oh. No, the 2 things that took forever. No, 3 things. First was getting all the black on the miniatures. That took for absolute effort. On all 21 of them. Then there was getting the white on the miniatures. Then there was touching up the white and the black, correcting mistakes. Getting the blue on did take a little bit, but it wasn't too bad. Getting all the metal done was a little bit finicky. Because I usually paint it yellow, and then I paint it a bronzy colour, then I paint it gold, or whatever colours I want for it. Then you add little highlights. Get to the tabards. Well, again, wasn't too bad. It did take a little bit. And getting all the browns done actually took a little bit of time. Then after I've got everything done...
Getting distracted is a choice. You, on the other hand, are distracted personified.
Yeah, I'm distracted personified. But then what took forever was... After I basically got everything else painted, I'd already done for black. But then I had like so many areas where it's like I had white and brown and stuff just all over black and like blue and purple. So then I had to go back over with other black again to cover those areas. Do all the eyes. That was a little bit finicky, but again, didn't take forever. It's just the fact it was 21 of them. So some of them do take a little bit of time. But finally, once all the black was done, and all the other colours were basically done, and all the highlights on the other colours were done, you have to do the edge highlighting for the black and just general highlights. Which wasn't perfect, but in the end I decided, you know what, I can't be perfection personified. Because they're already far from perfect. So... I think maybe going a bit over with no Nile on these things, like Agraxa shade or something would be good. Go for gold here.
Hi everyone, I can't be here long, but I have name suggestion. Maul Various of the 10th Forge.
Maul. I can call him Maul. Malfarious. Yeah. Well, yeah, where's my black? I get a black brush out. I get a brush and a paint pot. That's something I should do. Oh, this is heavy. Ow. I forgot I put something on top of it and I just broke a resin model. No. Poor drag. Magma dragon. Magma dragon seen better days. I'm missing one of this. I'm missing something. Oh no, it's there. Oh gosh, it just got caught in my glove. Oh no, I think there's some tinier bits that fell off it. Yep, here we go. Oh no, poor dragon. Don't worry, it's mostly just the bits, like the separate bits fell off one another, so it can just be super glued back together. Yeah, it looks like it can just be super glued back together. It's fine. It's fine. I'd forgotten I put it on top of a paint box. Okay, where's my black? Contrast Black Templar, no.
Is the dragon okay?
No, it's not. But it can be fixed. It's not seriously destroyed or anything. Okay. So thanks for popping in, Dr. Smilex. So anyone else with names, you could tell me from. We were looking at this guy, so we'll call him Maul. Malfarious. Oh god. Oh my gosh, I am clumsy today. Okay. I might change the names a little bit because I'm not having a guy named Alfarius. Hi, A. James. So, Maul Ferris. Yeah, I am not good at writing freehand. I apologize, especially on a bumpy surface like this. There you go. Maul Ferris. Yeah. We've already got some of them have been named. I think one of these guys are named Bob. Oh no, we got Bill and we got Billy D and we got Bob. Yeah. Those three are named. We've also got another one that was named Carmichael the 7th. These were named in the previous stream. Any names are fine, although I might change them just a little tiny bit.
That's what you think. Little did you know underneath the base paint is the name Alparius on every model. Hydrodominatus.
Yeah, if you don't know, every single base at the bottom of it, written in black ink, because their bases themselves are black, it's just the word Alfarius. Oh, goodness. So, I need to just... I'll BRB, actually, because I just need to fill a paint pot with water. Banana. Banana. Okay, you wanted to name one Bob Secundus. That's what I'm gonna name him, Bob Secundus. How about Colacius? Okay, we'll go with Colacius. Because they're Black Templar, they literally come from all around. Like all sorts of different planets and different cultures, so any name is fine. As long as it's not rude. Gosh, this is... Let me paint. Call... Gosh, I didn't leave enough room, did I? Yes. There's a negative space in every base GW dupes ever sends out, and they're all saying the same word. Buy more Warhammer! That's what they do. Colicus, I guess. There you go. And then you wanted Bob Secundus. Oh gosh, I screwed that one up. Come on. Bob. Oh gosh. I don't get how people freehand with paintbrushes. I did watercolours though, so really you should expect me to be able to. That one. That being said, I didn't do watercolours for very long. And it was years ago. Back in my early days of doing manga as well. Bob Secundus, I'm sorry, that was so terribly written. My Emperor is with you every time you gamble. Any other names that people want to put on for Marines, just tell me. Yeah. It'll be terribly, terribly written, but you know. And this guy I don't think looks too shabby. Like, he looks pretty cool actually. Especially if I focus on his head. Yeah, for Aquillas on the chest, don't show much detail on the camera. All you see is just plain gold, really. But maybe it's due to the fact that I just see it as a slightly lower resolution than you guys. Yeah. Oh yeah, I tried redoing the glow a bit on him. So it's now a bit brighter. I tried making the screen a lighter colour. I think it works now. It's definitely more visible in real life. Maybe on the camera it's a bit too strong. But when I was... last time...
Some say he tore the head of a hive tyrant. And that if he wrote the Terminus decree, it would be good. All we know is... he's called the Stig.
It's called the Stig. You want one called the Stig? Oh. Hey, the Terminus decree isn't bad. I don't think so. Why does everyone think it's terrible? Maybe it looks too green on the camera. I need to figure out how to get the camera so you see it. Because some of the colours are just way too bright or vibrant in the camera. Oh gosh, that does not help at all. Let me check. It's become overcast outside. I'll do this. Yeah. Like, last time, before it looked good on the camera, but in real life you couldn't even see the glow. Why is he green? No, it's meant to be this is glowing. Now in real life, last time I showed this on the camera, it looked fine. But in real life, you literally could barely see it, except in certain nights. Now it looks fine in real life, but on the camera, it's just way too vibrant and glowing. I don't really get it. I mean, if took some pictures of it. I could probably get it looking okay. It doesn't look the worst anyway. I've only got him. Who's glowing? So anyway, what you wanted one called for Stig. And you wanted one called Brute for Cunning. Or Lucius. But really one hand. Yunli as the second name. Oh, hi Tony the Tanuki. This one should be vegan as Maximus. Maybe. Maybe not. But, okay, you wanted one called for Stig. That's Bob Secundus. Okay, how could we imperialize the name for Stig? Stigmatist. Discorded. Stig. I'm gonna have it as Stig. We'll just, instead of imperialize the Stig, we'll archify the Stig. Oh no! I just realised, like, one of my races are like buggy arcs or whatever, like Mac Jets. You know, for Scrapjet. I'm gonna have to paint him in a white outfit and with like a black visor. Just so he's the Stig. That's Stig. Stig. Okay, we'll name this one. What did you want to name him? The BFG YouTuber I watched raised a valid point. Time for Empress to steal F ball of the Grey Knights, getting past Battlefield Solar. Okay, presumably, one, Grey Knights are psychic beings that can open warp gates wherever they need to be. But two, presumably the Grey Knights wouldn't arrive on the scene going, we're going to kill the Emperor or put him back on the throne. They're just going to arrive at the scene and be like, hey, can we go and praise the Emperor with everybody else? Like, I mean, and third, the Grey Knights also have one of the powerful fleets in the whatever, so if they did need to fight, they could. But on top of that, Grey Knights can teleport for extremely powerful psychic beings, so the most powerful psychers in the Imperium. While there are a handful of psychers more powerful than any of the Grey Knights, there's very few psychers. Outside of those handful of psychers, there's pretty much no other psychers that are even on the same level as the weakest Grey Knight. So they're capable of teleporting to worlds. They live on Titan, which is a moon, which is not that far from Earth, or Terra. Presumably the Mechanicus of Mars would also not be too happy about the Emperor getting back up. Presumably the Church itself wouldn't actually be too happy about it, and many of the Inquisitors. You're probably looking at a civil war. You're probably possibly looking for Solar Fleet turning on itself anyway. But it's an entire thing that's likely never going to happen, or at least not happen for another decade. IRL. So the entire thing is a Terminus degree has been released basically to create this sort of discussion. So it's... Oh, what did you want to see it? Not for Veganus one. Bob the Second, Brute for Cunning, or Lucius. I'm gonna call him Lucius Brute. Yeah. There we go. But there's a lot of things about the Terminus degree that... What else is there about the Terminus degree that could potentially occur? Oh yeah, you've got the entire thing that the Terminus degree could just be a trap for the Grey Knights to effectively sacrifice 1,000 Psychus. Because think about it, if they get given 1,000 Psychus a day, or is it a week or something, is fed to the Emperor of Mankind to effectively keep him interned on the Golden Throne. It's theorized if the Golden Throne were to fail, or they couldn't get the, you know, the necessary tithe to him, he might get up from the Golden Throne. And that's a really, really old theory. It's possible if he started getting up from the Golden Throne that you might need to feed 1,000 extremely powerful Psychus to him just to keep him down. But, I mean, this entire possibility that, one, the Grey Knights arrive not saying what they need to do. In fact, the Grey Knights themselves might not even be aware except for Grandmasters. Until suddenly the Grandmasters start attacking or whatever. The Grey Knights are out doing business, so they'd have to muster all the disparate fleets probably at Titan before pushing in. And even then, maybe a percentage of Battle Fleet Solar. Yeah, but again, I don't really think they need to fight Battle Fleet Solar. And mustering all the Grey Knights. If the Emperor suddenly started waking up, you can imagine the Inquisition would happily bring the Grey Knights all together onto Terra. Like, you're gonna have like, oh my gosh, something's happening with the throne. Oh my gosh, something's happening with the Emperor. The Inquisition's gonna get like all their forces together to try figuring out what they need to do. And their most powerful forces that the Inquisition have full command over is the Grey Knights. So it makes sense that they'll be mustered together. Just like, even if it's just because they think that they might have to fight a chaos or some like demon incursion that's trying to kill the Emperor or something. You don't know. Secondly, the Grey Knights have access to all sorts of archaic tech, including Necron tech. So it's very possible that they could create some sort of tunnel to the throne or to Terra. There's potentially already a tunnel that already exists for them to get to Terra from Titan. There's possibly a way for them just to summon every single knight in one place, just at the push of a button. I mean, you don't know. The Grey Knights are one of the more secretive chapters. And they have some of the most expensive resources and archaic tech. Much of it's not seen for light of day. Similar to the Dark Angels, but where the Dark Angels had all of that thanks to their Primarch, effectively. The Grey Knights have all of that thanks to the Emperor and the Inquisition. It's... On top of this, the Grey Knights have spent the past 10,000 years collecting demons in Tesseract orbs. Basically, they have Pokeballs filled with demons that, if needs be, they could release upon an unwitting enemy. Like, they could just swarm the entirety of the Lord Solar fleet with demons if they really, really wanted to. they could get the entirety of the custodies stuck fighting demons that they would just throw from their Pokeballs at them. And not just any demons, but some of the most powerful demons to exist in the past 10,000 years. You got some of the strongest bloodthirsters there, some of the strongest lords of change, all sorts of things that they've captured. But I don't know, I say it's kind of really stretching, but that's exactly what Warhammer is. It's stretching. It's like, look at how the Primarchs and stuff. It's like, everything is silly. It's stretching over top rubbish. I don't think they would throw demons at the enemies, mind you. Even if that was the initial plan. But having like basically a secret space-time tunnel to the Emperor's throne room wouldn't exactly surprise me. If that's truly what the Terminus degree says. Which we don't even know if that's actually accurate to what it says. That's just what one random, you know, side bit in a codex says for Terminus decree is, which isn't necessarily accurate. The codexes should never, the codexes and law written in them should never be taken as fact. It should be taken as, oh, what's that one thing from the Pirate Code with the Pirates of the Caribbean? The code is more or less guidelines, and it's like, that's the same with law from the books. I think it's just a fun idea of the law that the Grey Knights might have to, you know, try fighting the Emperor. But even then, the entire thing is like, if the Emperor started getting up for the Golden Throne, it probably wouldn't be sudden. You'd have weeks of stuff happening where they're running around trying to figure out what's happening. The Grey Knights would probably be called in to surface at the Golden Throne because, you know, the Emperor's going to die, it looks like, or the Golden Throne's about to fail. It's like they might call in for Harlequins to try fixing it. The Harlequins say they can't. They might call in for Grey Knights to try and use their psychic might to do something. They might not be able to, but they will now be there in the throne room, ready for when the Emperor wakes up. Or at least on terror. And again, it's like, why would the Solar Fleet fight the Grey Knights? If the Grey Knights appeared saying, hey, we want to pay homage to the Emperor, would the Solar Fleet try to stop them? I'm not really sure. Unfortunately, it's now canon version. You can't unresolve that now. At least when it was just a name for implications, whatever it could be. Yeah. I think at the moment they are definitely trying to go with this idea of, you know, it was actually already a theory. People are saying it's come out of nowhere, but it was already one of the ideas of theories that you don't want the Emperor getting off the throne. And that the Terminus degree might to stop him or to kill the Emperor. So, but I mean, again, I don't really think the Grey Knights will have to do that much fighting. They will if they have to, but I don't think they will have to. On top of this, don't the Grey Knights like have enough Terminator plate to... Oh no, they don't just have enough Terminator plate. Like, don't they have enough of those weird teleporty packs? And they can teleport from space? Like, they've got Terminators which have teleporting things on them. And you've got those weird antenna things on a lot of the Knights which allow them to teleport through the warp. Quite large enough distances to be able to go from a spacecraft down onto Terra. So they wouldn't have to get... They might sacrifice their entire fleet just to get close enough to throw every single knight onto the Golden Throne room. Or, do you know, onto the palace. Just to teleport them down there. And if the entire fleet gets destroyed, that's a sacrifice that they're willing to make. If every single knight dies trying to put the Emperor back onto the Golden Throne, that's a sacrifice that they're willing to make.
If I may interject, as if I was in command of Battlefleet Solar. A pilgrimage, you say? Okay, but why are all of you here? Who's expunging?
Why are all of you here? Because the Emperor's about to wake up. That's why we're here. I mean, why wouldn't we all be here? It's like, who's expunging? That's less important than going to see the holy visage of the Emperor as he wakes. Or, potentially, again, if he wakes up, it's potentially because the Golden Throne is going to be breaking down. And as a result, they might want to see the Emperor before he seemingly dies, because of his life support machine, they might think, everyone might think if the life support machine fails, the Emperor will die, not wake up. So they got to see the Emperor before he dies. But I don't know. I don't think it's too crazy or too silly. And again, the Grey Knights have you read the Grey Knights lore? They're ridiculously overpowered. And they have been a bit, what's it called, weakened since the Custodes Codex came out, and, you know, the Custodes were solidified in lore. Because at one point you had this idea that the Custodes and the Grey Knights might be one and the same. Like, the Grey Knights are basically the non-psychic version. Or the Grey Knights are the psychic version of the Custodes. We now know that's not the case. And that they came from two different processes. But still, the Grey Knights are extraordinarily powerful, have access to ridiculous amounts of tech. They've got like enough Terminator plate to arm the entire army, it feels like. I imagine... Hi, Night Parade! I imagine that the palace and throne are shielded from teleportation. Okay, if I were to write the book, what I would have is an inquisitorial agent would probably weaken the throne room shielding. Like, they'll probably sabotage it. And no one would be expecting it. No one's expecting the Grey Knights to come to attack. So the Grey Knights try getting as close as possible. The Lord Solar Fleet's like, no, we're not allowing you to. One complete lockdown. That includes the Grey Knights. They can't teleport into the planet, but an Inquisitor's already there, who has the full trust of the Custodes and shuts down the shield just long enough for the Grey Knights to teleport into a planet. Sure, they instantly get killed by the Custodes and the shield's put back up, but for those few seconds, it's long enough for the Grey Knights to teleport down. The Grey Knights then fight to do something, and it's... And then ultimately, I'd have the Grey Knights fail. If I was writing the book, the Grey Knights will fail. They'll try their best and they'll get really close to fulfilling the duty, but they'd fail. Like, no one's saying the Grey Knights are necessarily going to succeed. Well, some people are. They could succeed. They might succeed. Personally, I'd write them as failing, because it'll be fun. But... And the entire thing is, again, the Terminus Decree might not even be there to actually get the Grey Knights to, you know, fight. It might just be another sacrifice of 1,000 souls to the Emperor. Void shields disrupt teleportation. I bet you a full pack of donuts of Imperial Palace is voided to heck and back, probably. Although that being said, maybe for the great... Oh, the webway! There's apparently... the Harlequins might help the Grey Knights, I imagine. The Harlequins have already beaten the Custodes in their blood games. And the Golden Throne itself is apparently Eldar tech. Hi, Prince Falcadar! Is there a special faction with a distinct name? I say I would name them the Astra Equatorium, a combination of Astra Militarum and the Black Equats. What's the Black Equats again? Ah yes, the Grey Knights park in orbit above Terra, the most heavily fortified planet of the Imperium. above the most heavily defended point because teleportation is relatively short range. Yeah, as I said, the entire fleet might be sacrificed. But as long as they can just buy enough time to, like, teleport down or whatever. Like, if the Grey Knights were to do the Terminus Decree, they would go in knowing none of them will survive. That's what they'll do. They're not going to go there to win. They're going to go there to fulfill a duty and probably die doing that duty. Everyone who helps them will probably die. And their entire fleet will probably be lost. The Grey Knight chapter will probably be wiped out and lost forever. But though, again, it's like, they don't have to beat the Solar Auxilia fleet. They don't have to beat the Custodes. They just have to buy enough time. And enough time might only be a few seconds to do some psychic thing. So it's... The Custodes have probably covered the scenario in their games, possibly. Although there could be other ways to do stuff. Okay, I have this texture brush that I think would be useful for spinning around for PV. Oh, yeah, that's what I want to do. I don't want to immediately put them into the gravel. I want to put, like, the little rocks on them first. And the little tufts of grass. Here's a question. How did an orc, a grot, and a squig manage to teleport onto Titan while bypassing the void shields? There are ways to bypass void shields. I believe some of the Grey Knights... The Grey Knights have a warp teleportation that could potentially bypass void shields. It used to be that teleportation was just going through the warp, but that has since changed to teleportation. It's its own separate thing to going through the warp. Shock jump dragsters don't need coordinates. When they jump, they end up... It's complete happenstance. Grey Knights being Psychers, when they go through the warp, they don't necessarily need coordinates. Potentially because they are Psychers, who are able to control themselves and figure out where they are in the warp and wheel space. So... I don't know. I imagine if I was writing it, as I said, I'd probably write the Grey Knights as failing in their duty, but trying their best and sacrificing everything to achieve it. This too, shock drops or warp jumpers. Oh, this is so much easier than using the little packs. You know, for packs like this to spread out the gravel, I can just go do, 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 do. Oh, yeah. These miniatures are going to be so better based than before. There we go. Look at him. He's so cool. He looks like an actual proper model. He's tabletop ready. Actually, technically, they're all tabletop ready now. They've arguably been tabletop ready for a while with a painted base. It was white, but it was painted. Because to be tabletop ready, you only need 3 colours, and your weapons have to basically be a different colour from the rest of your body. Like for tournaments. because something to consider at the time the Terminus Decree was most likely written. Most of the Grey Knights weren't Psychers. They were Malcador's Knights, Evans, plus Custodian. Oh yeah, they changed a lot to the law of the Grey Knights. I say they changed, they updated a lot to the law. Because before they thought they were made by the Emperor, with the Emperor's own gene seed. Like, that was a big rumours going around years ago. And Custodians were also thought to be a similar sort of thing. For Knights Errant, plus Custodians numbers were at a low point. Yeah. Again, I don't necessarily think the Knights would be able to succeed, but I don't think the Knights would be absolutely destroyed. The only people aware of the Terminus Degree, apparently, is the Grey Knights themselves. I imagine the Grey Knights would have allies who would also be willing to help them. I don't think the Grey Knights would just come along and be stupid at the entire thing. Plus, also, it's 40k. People being stupid is the entire thing what makes 40k be 40k. Like, sure, the Custodians should be able to do this and that and whatever. But, you know, are they going to? Are they? Really? Like, it would be very 40k for some High Lord of Terror to let the Grey Knights onto the planet. It would be very 40k for some...
Among all the province nations that didn't make it, Ilithys and Nippon got cut off. Ilithys is now refugees. Poor Ilithys.
It's true. I think Sinch has tampered with a Terminus Degree while no one's... Possibly, that's always a chance. It's also possible a Grandmaster had changed the Terminus Degree. Just to head up, Nippon doesn't just exist in Age of Sigmar. It's just the continent is far too large for them to stay. Oh no. Oh no. I don't think the Terminus Decree is that bad or that stupid. It's... like... I mean, I'm also the kind of person... I used to hate... What's it called? I used to hate the Grey Knights themselves. I say hate. I didn't like them. I wasn't a big fan. And my... I knew someone I played against a lot who played Grey Knights. Didn't help that they cheated a lot. And lied about stats and stuff. But we were kids, so it makes sense. I didn't like the Dread Knight. I thought they had so much potential to be cool, but right out for a 2 baby carrier. Nowadays, I actually like the Grey Knight Dread Knights. It's like, it looks stupid, but at the same time, it's fun. And I love it. Like, I don't know. And I've read more lore about the Grey Knights. I'm like, you know what? These guys are stupid. They're funny, they're stupid, they're over the top. I love it. So, you know, I don't know. So maybe I'm a bit too defensive of the Terminus Decree and stuff. But... I never had that official reaction to the Dread Knight. I thought it was cool. Yeah. I did have a bit of a reaction in which I thought it was really cool, but then I saw the baby carrier aspect of it, and it was like, oh, it looks cool, but it looks sick. And I was a kid, and I was really just invested in, you know, the cool factor stuff. since I've come back to Warhammer, I'm much more invested in just the silliness that Warhammer is. I mean, I was also invested in the silliness, it's just, at that stage, I couldn't really appreciate the Dread Knight very well. I could appreciate the Black Templars with silly things going on, but that's because Monty Python. I got the reference. Although it feels like Dark Angels have taken more of the Monty Python references nowadays. You like the single-person power walkers? Like this? I loved those Matrix suits. I built my Sentinels to be like the Matrix suits when I had Astra Militarum. I also really like the... I don't get people who don't like the Invicta War suit. I think it's really cool. It's one of my favourite Space Marine vehicles right now. I say space, it's one of my favourite vehicles in general. I'm really glad to get another one with the Raven Guard Combat Patrol. It's actually one of the reasons why I decided to get the Combat Patrol. I've got some long meetings coming up, so I'm going to have to mute for stream. Bye-bye, Night Parade! Oh, there we go. Lucius has been based. It's amazing just how much work a good basing does for a model. It just makes it look so much nicer, I feel like. Like, it suddenly just goes from kind of okay-ish to feeling decent. At least personally, that sort of thing. Oh yeah, this guy, I wanted him to look like he fell face first in the mud. Hence why he's covered in mud or like that. I say in the mud. In the dust and rocks and stuff. What else is for stupidness? I mean, the Horus Heresy itself sounds kind of stupid though when you look at it from different points of views. And a lot of it is, like, so much of it is ridiculously avoidable of what happened. And I think that's a great tragedy of 40k in general, of Warhammer, is that, and this is something you see in all of it, whether it be Old World, Fantasy, Age of Sigmar, 40k, 30k, is Warhammer is just a big ironic tragedy. Everything is basically just constantly ironic, and everything is super, super avoidable. But people act in certain ways that make these things ultimately unavoidable. I think the Invicta would get less hate if it wasn't Redemptor size. Like, if it was smaller. I don't know, if it was smaller, it would be too small, I feel like. Gosh, you got to have the area for the Space Marine to be in. So it already has to be of a minimum certain size. It's meant to be a mobile suit. So you need to have relatively long legs, that, unlike Dreadnought legs, which are really short, you know, for old box knots. You want legs that can move about properly. Because it's meant to be a seated Space Marine and not like a Dread Knight, you've got to give him a proper seat and a control system, and then a canopy. And then you've got to also give him the engine area, like even Sentinels have that. And then you got to have the arms, and they wanted to have these arms that can like hold on to items and put them down again. So like power loader. So it'd be very difficult to make it smaller. Like if you look at the size of the current Guard Sentinel, You know, actually I can show you. I can show you the old Sentinels. I'm here. Oh gosh. So old Sassion Sentinels with the old Guardsman, which is slightly smaller than a modern Guardsman. Oh gosh, a black's too dark. But about the same size as a Contemptor Dreadnought. So this is something designed for the old Guardsman model, which is smaller than the current Guardsman model. And it's got a proper canopy and stuff for them. Articulated legs, no arms on the side, and it's about the same size as a Contemptor Dreadnought. There we go. Compare the Contemptor Dreadnought to a Redemptor size Dreadnought. So this is for Brutalis. And it's a lot bigger. Which makes sense. You can barely... But when you compare the Brutalis, the Contemptor to the Space Marine model, at least the Primaris one, and they barely fit inside there. Like, really, you do have to just be a torso to fit inside here if you're a Primaris. And then we get the ENvtuber Dreadnought, the ENvtuber Warsuit. And we compare it to the size of that Brutalis. And it's actually smaller. It's the same base size. But all in all, it's smaller. Its armor... Its arms are... no, for the same length, but as you can see, for fist size, it's completely different. The legs are similar. But they're actually smaller. The bodies are similar, but slightly smaller again. So all in all, the ENvtuber is actually smaller than the Redemptor. Not by a great deal. It helps that this guy's legs aren't really as bent as that guy's legs. Ugh, the arms are getting a bit in the way. If we go by the backs, that might be a bit easier. There we go. They're very similar size, but the oh gosh, I never realised just how open that area is at the back. I'm gonna glue it. So, I mean, it is kind of Redemptor size, but it is smaller. By a little bit. And it makes sense if we can then compare it to the old Sentinel. And you have to remember, the new Sentinel is bigger than the current Sentinel, than the old Sentinel. And I just don't have one of the newer Sentinels. I'm gonna get one eventually in Combat Patrol. But then compare this to this. The ENvtuber Warsuit is bigger than it, obviously. But they're surprisingly similar-ish size. Or surprisingly close in size. So I don't think it's crazy the size that they've done. It's like, it would feel weirder if it was smaller. The most take I see about it isn't about the size though, it's about this thing and how the guy inside is basically unprotected. Which I kind of understand. I have mine so it can open up still. So it's easier to paint. Oh gosh, it looks like I had a thing on the front and it fell off. Huh. I wonder what that was. And then ENvtuber versus Contemptor. Again, it's a lot bigger, but I mean, maybe it could maybe take the Contemptor legs, put that canopy on them, get rid of this extra side armor on it, and just put the arms effectively going straight onto the body, and then give it the smaller engine from this. Maybe you could make it significantly smaller, but it fits with the rest of the Primaris vehicles pretty well. It's slightly smaller. It doesn't... I don't know. I mean, unless you were meant that you wanted it to be bigger. Oh yeah, I forgot to show you the new models. The ancient trap we built last time, you know, where we made him looking up for banner and it was basically unconverted, unkit bashed. I decided I don't like Blade Guard Ancients. They kind of suck. And the Blade Guard squad would be better for Captain and Lieutenant. So I decided to... I cut off this arm fully, which is it's a bit weird. Why it's a bit weird around the shield because the arm was attached to it. And replaced it with a power sword from the Intercessor, Assault Intercessor pack. I gave him a head from, I don't know what it is. It might be the Assault Intercessors again. And I gave him a helmet at the bottom for, like, you know, it's meant to be damaged and stuff. And that's from the trophies and skulls, 40k, you know, basing set. Oh yeah, I finally decided I would just give him a big old shoulder pad there. And I swapped his shoulder pad for Agrak's shoulder pad here. So he looks a bit fancier. And then I've got Adrax here as a marshal. I cut off a shield here and just replaced it with a different shield that didn't have a salamander symbol on. I added a little book here. Gave him the plasma pistol from the Assault Intercessor pack. So he started walking home. I mean, it would get less black if it was a Redemptor with the coffin removed and then called a Scout Walker. I don't mind the height, but less thick would be better. Yeah, I guess so. It does feel a bit weird, but I don't think it's meant to, you know, be sneaky necessarily. Because it doesn't have stealth or anything like that. It just has the ability to basically move quickly and quieter than a normal Dreadnought. Oh yeah, I gave him a... I think that's from the Captain with Jump Pack. You know, this Cutler style sword. I had to cut down a Black Templar shoulder pad quite a lot to get it to fit under the cloak. As you can see, it's not actually got the back part there. And so I stole these things from a Cataphracti Terminator. I think they come from Captain. And put it there. I had to do a bit of green stuff working. Took just a spare backpack I had. Put a little skull on top of it. Gave him a bunch of, you know, purity seals because Templar. Oh, and I gave him the shoulder pad that I think is of Chaplain from the Indomitor set. I had to cut out a lot of the inside bits so it would fit. And then that's from the Graphis Exterminator kit, Ted. And I then added... Oh, I cut the hammer off here and added a little bit of a relic there. And I took the helmet that's meant to be coming off a belt on the Assault Intercessor kit and put it there. I thought it'd be fun to have a few unhelmeted Marines just with helmets near them to add a bit of variety to the forces. I don't think he looks too salamandery now. I think he looks cool. He looks like a marshal. I'd personally design a bit skinnier, really sells a stripped down sports dreadnought idea. Yeah, that would work. How skinny is it by comparison? Yeah, it's not that much skinnier than a normal dreadnought. The arms are a lot skinnier. But again, the joints of the arms are quite fat though. I don't know. I think it's still really fun. I think it's still a really nice model, even without being made skinnier. I think, yeah, I do agree it makes sense for it to be skinnier. But it's definitely not a major gripe for me. I'm also going to paint mine as camouflage colours. My idea currently is that I'm not sure how I'm going to make the colour scheme, but I'm going to like make the lower parts of most of my scouty type vehicles. I don't know, parts of them. I'm going to... Oh, do those things that people have drawn cloaks and, you know, Alpharius, Alpha Legion models, where they've got like that blue line and it separates two different colour schemes. I'm going to try doing that on a lot of my, you know, meant to be Phobos vehicles, like my Storm Speeders, my Scout Titan, and the Invicta Warsuits. So it'll be the main colour scheme of the chapter. Although, I'll probably still try doing it like a camouflage style colour. Do you know the... Oh, what do they call it? Well, it'll be black and grey, so it's still Templary colours, but made to more break up the silhouette. And then, but then the lower parts, the other parts of it will be painted, you know, the same sort of coloration as the base. Most of the flack I hear about it is just the fact that the Space Marine is effectively unprotected, but I always imagine he's got some sort of force field. I can't remember if Invicta Warsuit does have an invulnerable save. I don't think it does, because I don't think normal dreadnoughts do. I only think stuff like the Contemptor Dread does. And the Leviathan dreadnoughts in 40k. Oh yeah, I tried using this brush, as you can see from it having a bit of, oh gosh, bit of brown on it. To put down some Armageddon dust, because it's meant to be a texture paint for doing basing and stuff with. I just couldn't get it to work very well. Like, it didn't look good on the base. I guess some other paints are meant to, like, you know, when they dry, they become all cracked and stuff. But I don't think Armageddon dust is meant to be like that. What's other models that generally get a lot of flack that you actually like? I don't think anyone's going to say the new Coat DS
Invicta
model.
Warsuit, now with added plexiglass.
Yeah. For Storm Speeder, I absolutely love, but it's so stupid with that little thing on it. Actually, you know what? I'm going to steal some of the hedges. Do you know the turret at the back? Oh, it's so silly with the turret. The guy's head just sticking between them. Hi, Venom Predator of those purple Black Templars. Yeah, I'm trying to build 10 detachments of Black Templars, and each detachment has a different shoulder pad. So this is the mobile, for mobile battle group, which I think is it goes first relic, heavy plasma mobile. Yeah, for 5th detachment, which uses purple shoulder pads. The first detachment has blue shoulder pads. Well, one of the shoulder pads is always blue or purple or whatever. Turret dude is mem-worthy. What you on about? He's mem-worthy, but still. The same goes for, the ATV. I really like the ATV if it just had a slightly different design. Like, I don't like the fact that this all-terrain vehicle rides about half a centimeter. Like, if it was real life sized, it was like half a centimeter off the ground. It's like, no all-terrain vehicle should ride that low. And it looks like it should be able to ride higher. I just wish it could be built so it does ride higher, and it's just got really powerful suspension. I like really flexible with the suspension rather. Not powerful. And again, it's weird that they decided to put the gun directly above the guy's head. But that's definitely paying homage to old military vehicles. There's a lot of old military vehicles where it's literally a jeep and there's a machine gun nest here, and the driver and the passenger are just going to become deaf. And it's definitely, looking back at that, and it's similar to the Warthog design, although the Warthog definitely puts the gun much higher than the thing. Also, it really doesn't matter to Space Marines because, they got helmets on, and for superhumans anyway. So I don't think hearing loss is much of an issue for them. But still, it just feels so weird. That's actually a good idea for shoulder pads. I simply changed the guns and trims on my different ones. Oh. Yeah, all of the guns I'm having as blue, because the traditional one is red. I just wanted them to be a bit different. Plus, I kind of like the blue and black better. And there's nothing saying Templars have to have red guns. I am trying to think of maybe I should paint like the knee pad or something to differentiate between squads. But I've decided that for Black Templar guys, they don't really have like fixed squads. Actually, Marines don't really have fixed squads. You could be in one deployment, you could be deployed as a Devastator or whatever. Next deployment, you could be deployed as Graphis or Tactical or something. Or at least that's what the Codex Astartes states. I want to get some of these dried grass tufts down. Let's try them. Oh gosh. What base of a combat patrols I got? Oh. There we go. Spin me this box. This is what I wanted. I wanted a box I can just do that with. I know what Templars say. Codex Astartes. Yeah. Although Templars do have their own ways of doing things too. They, like, yeah, they all have the red guns and they all have the different Crusader seals and badges and stuff. But even then, Templars have a big habit of ignoring all rules, including their own. Like Templars say, there should be no psychers in our entire thing. Some marshal... Like, it is, I think it's pretty canonical that some marshals have tried recruiting psychers into the Templars, but every single time the psyker dies before they join. Before they could make them into a full marine. Oh. Yeah. My Crusades unified by the black armor and the guns being blue. I'm not sure how I want to do my tech marines. I know apothecaries are usually white, but my apothecary I painted is instead just painted the same way every other Templar's painted. I don't know if I'm gonna do my tech marines as white. I think I'm as black, sorry. I think I'm just gonna keep them again as the same colour as everybody else. If we lean into Camo Warhound, can I request a nod for Legio Solaria, like a redhead? They have the literal chameleon systems that break when they take damage. Ooh. I don't know if I want to do redhead, because that's just going to be too... Oh, I got an idea. What if I paint it as a Black Templar colours, but I first do a base layer of red on it, and then I can do like cut away the white and black on top of it to make it all... to reveal the red underneath, like it used to belong to the Legio Solaria, like eons ago, like 10,000 years ago. But it's since been like long lost in action. Until the Templars found it and just... and got the tech priests to fix it up. Oh no, the rock fell off. No, don't fall off rock. You gotta stay on. Stay on the base. Bob. There we go. Thank you, YouTube recommended to randomly give me this. I love it already. Ah, thank you, though, you know. And welcome to the stream, big love hearts to you. Just give a tech marine for classic shoulder pads. Many don't see them as their brothers anymore anyway. I don't know. I've been reading up about the Adeptus Mechanicus and Imperial Knights and stuff, because I'm trying to figure out like how the Imperial Knights would work. And I found out anybody who pilots an Imperial Knight will innately try to become part of a feudal system. And like view themselves as a noble and start like referring to themselves as a baron. As it like changes her mind and stuff. One of the things I was looking at is that not all tech marines actually go to Mars. For instance, I think the Dark Angels and Blood Angels both send the Tech Marines now to different Forge worlds because they have no other choice. But it also seems that some Tech Marines were sent to other Forge worlds other than Mars. And what I'm thinking is that the Tech Priest, who is part of the Tech Priest Domina, who is part of the Crusade, and is... Dominus, sorry. Is like in charge of a Forge ship. Yeah. She is a bit of a radical / rogue tech priest. And she convinces the Marshal of the Crusade that they don't need to send the Marines to Mars to get inducted into the Mechanicum. Instead, they can just send them to a Forge ship to get inducted. And she purposely doesn't wear the red of Mars. Instead, she wears the black and white of the Templar Crusade that she's part of currently. And who she's responsible for fixing up the ships. And making sure all the equipment works. You know what? Let's go with this more verdant green one. And we'll go for another wastelandy one. Oh wait, there's different sizes, large tufts and the small tufts. Oh, that's cool. I'll put a rock. I want a smallish rock. There we go, just over here. Another smallish rock just over here next to the plants. Then we go. But maybe the Tech Marines can be inverted colours. I'm thinking maybe I can paint my Tech Priest stuff as like white, black and gold, with white being the main colour. Feels like the authors change stuff when they need to anyway. Yeah, they do. And nothing's ever set in stone in the 40k universe. Your models look really cool. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, let's clean up the texture brush a little. Double thanks. Okay. Reminder, don't use this to clean for brushes, because it's got glue on it now. Oh, if anyone has any name ideas, by the way, for the Marines, we've still got quite a few that need names. Are these all named? That one's not named, so put him there. We got Billy D, that's it. We got Lucius Brute. I'm not very good at freehanding writing with a brush. He needs a name. We have Marl Ferris. That L, it absolutely sucks. We got Bob. We've got Dastig. And we got Colaucius. As well as Carmichael here. This is my favourite. This is probably the best painted model of a bunch. And that's Carmichael for 7th. I should probably do a little bit of glue along the edges here. this stream, Sophie. Hi, Loki Rice 22. And just listen to. I'm sitting worrying about my tank I'm working on. I hope your tank. What type of tank is it? Are you painting it or building it right now? I'm just going to get some gravel along the edges of here, so the base feels a bit more like it fits properly. Because it has a bit of this gap at the bottom I don't like. This cloak looks incredible. Thank you. He's based on, you know, not Teclis. What's his name? Doing for Ultramarine Chief Librarian. Tigerius, that's it. I used that model for first because we got it in the Combat Patrol magazine. To turn him into a chaplain. Rogue Dawn, and I'm currently stippling liquid green stuff on the armor to recreate a Castile look. Ooh, that sounds like a good idea. I'm one day gonna have a Rogue Dawn because it's coming with Combat Patrol. Just woke up after a night shift, sleep and started YouTuber. Oh yeah! Hope you had a good sleep. Idea to write names on the basis, have to do the same with your Mordheim Warbine. Oh! Hi Severin, how you doing? There you go. Okay, that helps a little bit. Yeah, it helps make his space feel a bit more fitting with everyone else. Why did that PVA not work? Maybe it already dried up. There we go. Oh, yeah. I'll do him next. Bob Secundus. Oh yeah, we got Bob Secundus too. So many new peeps. I know, you're actually motivating me to continue painting your new Combat Patrol. We'll paint alongside you. Yay! Thank you. I hope your painting goes well. It took me forever to paint these. I've been painting them on and off for like 5 months. 4 to 5 months. It's like, oh. It's because I undercoated them in white. You can see white base. I undercoated them in white. I was trying out a new method of painting. And I did it a little bit wrong. Oh yeah, we've got a Discord as well if you want to join the Discord and share your own models in the Warhammer channel. Where is it? Where is it? It's in the description. But I can copy and paste the link. Here you go. Control C. Control V. There you go. Yeah, I hope that link still works. Hello, Talan. Is that a bowl of yummy? Don't eat my bowl of yummy dirt. I mean, it's not yummy. Oh, how does the glow effect now look? I tried doing a glow effect here. Do you like it? Does he look too green? He does not look that green in real life. This glow effect looks way better though. Again, he doesn't look that green in real life. Yeah. I painted Hellbent with Rusty Bronze thingy. Vertigris or something like that. Gamescon and Helldivers cosplay robbed the rest of my nerves that I got on a break. Oh yeah, that's how I kind of paint my stuff. I first go for a bronze colour, then I go over it with a copper goldy colour.
It's time, my lady, to become what you hide.
No, I'm not a cat. No, no. I'm not a cat. Nothing better than a bowl of dirt on a September cold day. Oh, what's happening? I got turned into a cat. For a contrast, what's this? Yeah, it was a good idea in practice, but Gracie or Mechanical Standard have worked better. Oh yeah, because I tried contrast painting. And the other thing is, I didn't realise that a lot of our contrast painting works best as first undercoating it with a colour, then you dry brush on top of it with a lighter colour, and then you apply a contrast, and then you maybe do a dry brush on top of it again. And that's why contrasts work really well. If you just try painting a contrast on top of white, it's just going to look not that great. Which is why it took me so long to fix it, and I was very silly. Head pat. Cute cat, thank you. Oh yeah, head pat doesn't work on the cat, sorry. It's because every time I have gotten a mod. Do you want to see? Do you want to see what the cup cat looks like? Actually, I'd have to do this. I have got an official cat model made now, so it just needs to be rigged, but it should happen sometime this month, hopefully, or next month. But the artist did make a model so that I can get all the toggles working on it. Spoilers, this becoming a true form. Wonder who this mysterious artist is. It's Nico! He's in the channel description. More than once, I think. But he also made for other models I use. There we go. Okay, what do we want to put on this dude's base? I'm gonna go for small verdant grass. Next to a small darker grass. Is becoming her true form. There we go. Okay. If anyone wants to give any names, by the way, for what the Marines should be called, feel free to suggest any. Okay. Where's Discord? Introductions. Front door. Wave to say hi to the new people coming in. Okay, Nico is here. Click this out. Open over here. Go badonk. And badoom. And oh, look at it. That's the official cupcake. That's been made. That's what I look like when he turned me into a cat now. We've already got a Bob, and we've already got Bob Secundus. I've got Billy D too. How about Bruder Jaeger? Or Brother Jaeger? We can name one like that. Beb. Okay, maybe Beb. There we go. Okay, here we go. Bruder. Bruder. Go across. Oh gosh, I struggled. The E's are hard. It's surrounding of them, that's difficult. And then do for R. Bruder. Jaeger. Torvald. I don't have a tech marine here that's painted up. Bob the Builder. We could name a tech marine Bob the Builder. Or something that like is similar to it. Oh gosh, that J is a bit thick. Yay. Okay, then you got a dot and a dot and then a G. Oh gosh, is this difficult to paint freehand? I don't know how people do freehand painting. Bruder Jaeger. Fluffy tufts. Fluffy tufts. No, it's just some of my hair's made out of fondant. And I just got some fluff caught in it. Better than bib, I guess. Okay. Okay. Beb. Oh, yeah, do you want to see here some cool lore I thought about for my guys and why they have a Titan and some knights? The area that they're in, while long forgotten by the Imperium, was once part of, like, there's a lot of fighting for the Great Crusade there. And there's some evidence of this, for instance, how they found an Imperial Fist weapons cache after fighting some Tyranids, and the Rathaners and Trigons, like, uncovered it. Oh gosh, bits of gravel are falling off, that's fine. But they came across a world that had a fallen scout titan on it that was being worshipped by the populace as a god, and it was in surprisingly decent repair. And it turns out there's like a number of other fallen titans and knights all over the planet that were each being worshipped as like this kind of strange pantheon of gods. Most were in such disrepair that there was just no salvaging them, let alone repairing them. They're just so far gone. But some of them were in a state where they could be repaired, or they could at least be salvaged for spare parts to repair the others. So that's why we have access to some knights and stuff. and they got repaired up. Some of the serfs and locals were chosen to basically pilot the mechs. And shortly after, these guys all decided to form basically a house of knights that are vassals of the... Well, they're vassals of the crusade until the crusade finishes or finds them and proper home for their knights. Or that they return back to their homeworld and become knights. I've not thought about it fully, but I thought it'd be really fun if none of the knights worked, but they were being their forms are being worshipped by us gods, by the locals. Okay, how many still need names? Okay, we still got Bobsicunders here. I think all of these guys here don't have names. And any names are fine. They don't have to follow a theme because the Templars recruit from multiple worlds. Like every world they liberate, they recruit from. So they've got a distinct mixture of cultures and groups involved in them. Yeah. All of these. That's 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12 don't have names yet. For 1 in a 10,000 chance for Principess for Warhound. Or whatever the going rate for Warhound. Yeah, they've got more than enough people for it. Once they liberated the world and taught them that the only true God is the Emperor of Mankind. I imagine that it wasn't that hard for them to find. I mean, they go there to recruit Space Marines. And they recruit Space Marines, they recruit for their serfs and to serve in the military that the serfs have. They go there to also recruit new recruits of the Skitarii and to replace their servitors, Skitarii, tech priests and so on that they've got going on. And they recruit for the Imperial Navy to replace people as well. Or, well, do you know the naval part of the Crusade? So I imagine while they're doing that, it's not too hard to find that 1 in 10,000s of the millions of people. Because they got tens of thousands. Like, I think the average Space Marine ship has like 100,000 serfs or something stupid on it, like the battle barges. And the cruisers have like another 2,000-3,000 people on them. Because there was a Black Templar Crusade ship, a battle barge or something like. I don't even think it was a battle barge, but there was a statement on it of only 3,000 to 4,000 serfs were still alive on it, and that was like 3,000 to 4,000, which suggests that there's potentially tens of thousands of them are normally on board the ship. You know, just there to serve the Black Templar and to fight alongside them. But mostly clean up. Meanwhile, the Codex embraces the mem and the name generator is like Germanic/Nordic. Yeah. But we can do Germanic and Nordic names. And we can do Romanesque names as well, but I like the idea that my Templars are relatively culturally diverse. Which is actually one of the reasons why I painted my neophytes. Like, you got this guy who's got tan skin. This guy as well has tan skin. What about this neophyte? This neophyte's got sleeves on, so you can't tell with him. This guy has lighter skin tone, although it's still a bit tannish. I struggled getting a good light skin tone. That guy looks lighter skin toned, yeah. And then this guy has sleeves on. This guy is very dark skinned, yeah. So I wanted to like just be very varied up. What about you? Oh, also very dark skinned. I tried getting like so even with the tanned ones. They're like the exact same tone. Also, on top of that, when you recruit from a world, the world's probably going to have a diverse culture itself and diverse groups on it, like, you know, Earth right now. You're not going to be there for 10,000 years without getting some diversity appearing in the groups. This guy we found in a trash can and gave him a chain axe. True, that's what basically it is. Hello, Emperor's Right Ball. How you doing? Nice cat here. Thank you. The good/best part about his Warhammer, they just go, yes, you human. No further explanation needed. Yep. Although Templars typically are a bit more discerning in terms of they don't like certain mutations and stuff. But again, some Templars are far more... Some Crusades are far more tolerant than others. Based on the books, Grimalders and Hellbrecht are generally actually quite tolerant as far as Space Black Templars go. But in the same books where Hellbrecht is basically being extremely tolerant, you've got a group... It's actually one of my favourite Black Templar stories. There's a Crusade fleet that they sent some Primaris to join and reinforce the Crusade fleet, but then they heard no word back from them, not even from the Custodi who took them. So they went back there with some more Primaris, and they found that the Crusade fleet had...
It doesn't matter what color your skin suit is, you're meat for the grinder in 40k. Truly diverse.
It's true, and outside of the Space Marines and the Sisters of Battle, they don't care about gender either. It's like, anyone could join the Guardsmen. We're not going to turn away anybody. My Warsmiths have 8 server arms. Oh yeah! I feel like my Warpsmith is a bit, you know, a bit weak by comparison now. I didn't give him enough arms. But oh yeah, they went to the Crusade fleet, right? And what happened of the Crusade fleet? Oh yeah, they found that there's only 3,000 to 4,000 serfs left, and most of the Crusade was dead. All that left was basically the chaplain and a couple of 100 Space Marines who served the chaplain, if I remember correctly. It might have been less than that. But effectively, when the Primaris came along, the chaplain was like, no, these guys are heretical. We cannot accept Primaris. We cannot accept the Custodi. We cannot accept any of this. And the Marshal, though, wanted to accept it. And as a result, was a big fight between those who supported the Marshal, those who supported the chaplain, and the Custodi and the new Primaris. And ultimately, the Custodi got killed, along with pretty much everyone who was against this chaplain. But ultimately, the chaplain does get this comeuppance in the book. I just like that. I like the idea that there's just so much diversity amongst... The Crusade, the Templars care so little about rules and reading books that they've just become an extremely diverse group. Like, each Crusade has its own ideas of what's acceptable and what isn't. And that's entirely what Warhammer's about at its core. It's basically for you just to have the freedom to do what you want with your models, with your little toy soldiers. If you want your Templars to be more accepting and tolerant of mutants, they can be. There's actual precedence within the law for that. If you want your Templars to go crazy and just go fully into their
My boulder is graded D for everyone. Oh, let's name one of them Svarog, old Slavic god of fire.
Oh, that would be cool. Oh, I've only had a burning one. I don't have a one with an incendiary. Because this is full Power Fist Crusade squad. But still, we can name one of them this name there. And it doesn't matter if some of them outside of other squads share the same name. Oh no. Got PVA on this, the gun. Share the same name as one another because it happens. Oh gosh, wait a minute. I forgot to put full rocks and stuff on. You know
No
what? Here's got no
Blaster
blaster.
models. Bruh, do you even Black Templar?
What's this? No Pyreblaster. I do have Pyreblasters, just none of them are painted and unnamed. Also, most people don't use Pyreblasters in Templar anymore. Except as Infernus Marines. Because they're just considered significantly worse than Power Fists. That being said, my first Crusader squad I built was just was Pyreblasters. Because I thought, you know, it was just too fitting for a Templar not to have the Pyreblasters. I even have a couple of Pyreblasters out, that you know, for Templar ones, because I plan to convert my next Infernus Marines to the Salamander box set with these things. But give me a moment. Oh no, what did you want to name it? Then you have a Salamander's jet black skin like Papa Falcon, nothing else. I'm not sure all of them actually have a jet black skin. I think, well, actually I think all of the Salamanders do, but I think some of the successor chapters don't all have it. It's a bit like, you know, you've got some like gene mutations that somehow the successor chapters just don't have it. Have the stuff. Like, I don't think the Black Templars have the same weird thing that the Crimson Fists and the Imperial Fists do. But when the Imperial Fists got completely wiped out and they were rebuilt from Black Templars, the Black Templars that joined the Imperial Fists and, you know, came from the same gene seed ended up having those same deviations of the gene seed, oddly. So some weird sentient stuff's going on there. So what was it? S B A Rog. A Rog. And yeah, the Lamenters are Blood Angels that don't have the red first, I believe. There we go. That kind of sucks, but you can tell what it's meant to say. Making your own chapter for Beige Templars, for exactly like Black Templars, but they only use guns and are very tolerant. Hey, XX Predator! 3X. Not just... Are they not just a Neophyte upgrade? What's this, sorry? Pyreblasters. No, they're an Initiate upgrade. The Neophytes can only take shotguns, chainswords. Yeah, shotguns or chainswords. Actually, no, it's called Neophyte Firearm, which can be a shotgun or a bolt gun now. Or they can have chainswords. The Initiates can have chainswords, bolt guns, Pyreblasters, or Power Fists. And finally, the Sword Brethren actually has a mastercrafted power sword, so it's actually useful in the squad. Overcame the first and got lucky instead. Unlucky instead, yep. I can't find any good Mechanicus STO, so I'm compensating with my Tech Marine. Oh. What about the
Commander,
Vaticus?
time to learn calligraphy writing to impress us all.
I can write in calligraphy if I'm using a fountain pen. It's just, I can't do it with a brush. You'd think I'd be able to, since when I was doing manga, I used brushes to do a lot of I did traditional manga, so the inking was all done with brushes. But that being said, I didn't write. I did every so often write some Japanese with the brushes. But that's surprisingly easy because you got just single strokes rather than trying to do lots of curvy symbols. You just go. With this, it's like G. Here you go. Any other names, by the way? Will a pen write? Some pens will, but the only black pen. I've got a white pen that can write on basis, but you won't be able to see it because it's white. But I don't have a black pen or, you know, another coloured pen that I can write on the basis that won't just wipe off. Ziggy. What else do we want to do? I'll put this down. Let me get my tech marine that I built. I thought it was really fun.
Pity the lamenters, the most unlucky of lads. Pity the 21st founding in general, didn't have Cool's plot armor I guess.
You're back. Hi, back. I'm Cupcon. I was only here a few seconds before the break was over, so how's everyone doing? We're doing well. We named someone a similar name. Because I'm not having Alfarius in my army. Where is he? Was it him? Yeah, we named him Maul Ferris. Just give me a moment. I'll put these things away while I'm doing stuff. Oh gosh, my Warpsmith just came right off his base. But speaking of Warpsmiths, you want to see my Warpsmith? This is my Warpsmith and he fell off his base. I'm going to have to glue him back on. He's made using the new, I think it's a Centurion from the, what's it called? Oh, what is it called? Saturnine box set, the new starter set for Horus Heresy. Yeah. That's him. He does not have as many arms. How many arms does he have? He has a servo skull thing, which I'm going to count that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He has 6 arms. Like he's standing on his own little base. Does Ferris have his head attached? Yes, he does. This one is Maul Ferris. There you go. Okay, oh, I've got someone at the door. Just give me a moment. Hello! Handcam, yeah! Okay, we'll glue this. I got some deliveries arrived. Oh! Okay, I need to get my knife. Where's my knife? Here's my little knife. What ah? Stop! Oh. I got deliveries. I think one of them might be an Etsy model I ordered. But what's in here? Okay, more cutting. More cutting. So well and good. Oh gosh, more cutting. Is this 140 scarabs? It might be for 140 scarabs. Or for purity seals. Oh, the necro attack seekerlings. Oh, the scarabs. They come in a little box. They're so cool. Oh yeah, for those who aren't aware, I've been building Necrons of the Indomitus box set, and this is currently Editep, the Scarab Lord, or the Scarab Lady, sorry, instead of the Storm Lord. We got Editep the Scarab Lady. And we're trying to make them very cryptic here. I've made a home planet of trench crows. Oh, nice! Oh gosh, they do not want to come out of here. Oh, so many little scarabs! Look at them! Ah! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, yeah, there's 120 of them here. Oh, it's so cool. It's gonna be hard to break them off.
So many scarabs, a swarm of them, if you will.
Also, first, basically, 150 purity seals in here as well. Yeah. Oh, these are large ones of a normal size. I think they're the normal sized ones. Yeah. And then you have the... Oh no, some of them already broke off. Large purity seals for like vehicles and stuff. I'm gonna glue a bunch of these to my Titan. Okay, then what's my other mod thing that came? Is it for Arc I ordered? I ordered an Arc, because I wanted an Arc War Boss that's going to like equip into my commandos. Oh gosh. Okay, that didn't fully cut off, that's why. Oops, and I forgot to cut it off at this side. Okay, it doesn't want to open. No, it doesn't want to open. Oh no.
And wear purity seals for purity seals, eh?
Yeah, what? Purity seals are pure. Oh, here's an Arc. Oh gosh, he is big. Oh, Eris, your Orc War Boss. Goes on this base like this. Oh yeah. It feels a bit cartoony. Wait, where's his head? His arm goes like that there. And he has like a power sword there. Or maybe not a power sword, but he has a sword. And then his head's missing. No, that's the entire reason I bought him for the head. It's not caught up in the bubble wrap. It's not in the bottom of the box. No! I'll have to message them and say there's no head. Because he has like a commissar hat. Bye, Venom. Where's Venom gone? My internet seems to dip out. Good. Have a good one, y'all. Bye-bye. Venom, thanks for popping in. So I've not been looking at the chat quickly enough as I've been opening these, guys. Okay, I'll put them to one side. Oh, so excited for Arc 2. I'm going to have to message and say head, no head. Please send head. But yeah, oh, by the way. So what were the things? I know a good name. So you want Steve. Someone wants Jeff. We've already got 2 Bobs. You got Chaos for your home mode. So many scarabs. Oh, by the way, Chaos is from the Greek mythology. Yay. Okay, so we got Steve and Jeff to paint. Someone got getting a discount. Oh, but yeah, for those who don't know, here's my Tech Marine. And look, he's got a little Arc skull being crushed. And this is Tech Marine on bike. And then my other Tech Marine. I was like, I've got enough parts here just to build another Tech Marine fully. But I don't have a power weapon for him. So I just made him a big old serval claw. Oh gosh, does this look imperial enough? I don't know. But either way, it's gonna clamp ya. Give them the clamps. Yeah. It's actually made from a Noise Marine Sonic Blaster. Some random tentacles from things. I think mostly Chaos stuff. And then an Arc clamp from the Big Mech model. No clamp singular. Bob the Builder. We've already got Bob. There's my Warpsmith. He's pretty fun. I like him. Okay, we'll go into names. A couple of them now. That one's already Svalog. And we got Steve and Jeff. My name's Jeff. Okay. Remember correctly, the best way to do this is more like that. If you want to do painting with a brush or like letters, you go. You don't want to hold it like you would a pen. Yeah, there we go. That looks better. That's how you do it. Look, I forget how to do things. I think my name's Jeff. Okay, that didn't work very well.
Do we have a good boy? Every squad needs a person named a good boy.
No, we don't have anyone named a good boy. But it would be nice to name someone like that, wouldn't it? Okay, how do we imperialize good boy then to be an actual name? Hi TA, how you doing? Hello, big love hearts to you, and to everyone else too. Okay, who's the goodest boy here? This guy's throwing a grenade, so I think he's a pretty good boy. Congrats on Steam being YouTube featured. It's YouTube featured. What? Yeah. I don't know what that means. But yay. Goodest boyus. Okay, I got an idea. We'll go close to that. But instead, Goodas. Oh gosh, I'm still struggling writing even with that. At least I'm practicing freehand with this. Oh gosh, that sucked. Goodas boyus. And what's your other name? Harry. You want to name someone Harry. Oh, so yeah? That's what it says on my YouTube page? Oh. That's cool. Yay! YouTube likes me for once. Harry. Okay, now we have a Harry. Do you think we should have a Larry as well? So we got Harry and Larry. Oh, then I want to make one named Darry, so you got Harry, Larry, and Darry. They're like Huey, Louie, and Dewey from DuckTales. You're a Templar, Harry. You're a Space Marine, Harry. You moving up in the world? I guess they feel bad for topping your channel with
You're
restricted
moving up in the world.
Oh,
I guess they feel bad for topping your channel with restricted mode.
yeah, oh yeah, for those of you who don't know, if you turn restricted mode on, which is a new AI thing they've got, it only shows 3 of my streams. Most of my videos and shorts survive, but my streams, almost all of them get torpedoed. And I'm very family friendly. I don't know why. Okay, how many don't have names yet? This cool guy here doesn't have a name. Look at that white shoulder pad. He does. He doesn't. He doesn't. He doesn't. I think there's 5 left that don't have names. No, 6. Loki Race. BRB stepping outside to prime your dawn. Should I prime it Chaos Black or Gracia? I don't know. Depends what you want to do with it. Like what colours you want to paint it. If you're trying to paint it a lighter colour, go with Gracie. If you want to paint it a darker colour, go with Chaos Black. That's my advice. What up? Move that EVA blob. There we go. Okay, and then Svarlog is going to get based now. And don't forget to like the stream, by the way. Every like on this stream is another prayer to the Emperor. It's another crusade in the Emperor's name. In TTS Dawn voice, yes. The abominable intelligence is evil. I like how it's becoming more mainstream to call AI abominable intelligence and clankers. Yeah, there we go. Uncle Scrooge. When we need an Uncle Scrooge. Okay, if we're gonna go Harry, Larry, and Darry, and then we need a Webby. Okay, we'll do it. We'll do it. We'll add the DuckTales in.
With my kin. Crusades, they are eternal. Look, alright, I can't do Chester's voice justice. That's the best you're getting.
Wait, who's Chester? Yesterday I saw a very interesting video about the most infamous teacher in 40k competitive scene. I might have seen something like that, or it might have been Yu-Gi-Oh! Oh, actually, I think it's Yu-Gi-Oh! I saw something like that about. So, okay, we got Larry, and then we'll have Darry. Yeah. And this can be Darry. Okay. What would Scrooge be called in this? Huey becomes Harry. Scrooge becomes Screwy. Chester Bennington, the former frontman of Linkin Park. Oh. That makes sense. So bases are like their homeworld. Gary. Now my bases are just random, really. Gary. And then you've got this guy can be. Oh no, he should have been Scrooge because he's got like he kind of looks kind of like that's a hat and like a monocle or something, but whatever. This guy looks cooler, so he can be Scrooge. Okay, and then I'll have like this one be Webby. Because Webby is the best. My favourite character from the new DuckTales. Ow. There we go, we got the DuckTales reference in. There's still 2 more that need names. These 2. Yeah. Apparently his technique was to hide an extra hell brute in his pocket and add it to his army before the battle. Oh, that sounds silly. Like, don't the people read one another's lists? Unsubbed. No, why do you unsub? I just didn't get the reference at first. People in the comments are suggesting the best way to cheat was to play Imperial Agents because nobody knows what they do anyway. But then you'd have to play Imperial Agents and cheating isn't enough. The list was long. He was caught after he won his 6th game in a row. I mean, that's not even a big bonus for a Hellbrute. Well, I guess at one point they were kind of meta. So getting more from in your army for free would have been big. I've heard they're kind of meta. I don't know if that's true or not, mind you. Meta also has a way of just being stupid sometimes, because if everyone's playing meta, then it changes what's kind of meta. It doesn't necessarily, meta doesn't necessarily mean it's actually the best or good. It was 160 extra points, yeah, and I guess in smaller games that would be a big thing. Especially in a competitive scene, and if you're already a good player. I'd imagine someone with slightly weighted dice would... I mean, I guess if you're not allowed to use your own dice in the competitive scene, that would work. With slightly weighted dice, it would just mean the odds are more in your favour, but it's not necessarily noticeable. Or easy to notice. I mean, you can only have 3 hell brutes. So if a person didn't have 3 hell brutes in the list, surely that would be pretty obvious if they've got 3. Or if they only have 1 in the list, and now they've got 2. I've seen a screenshot with wheels or whatever with that infamous Tawny game, where one guy's tactic of not deploying his army until the other person started lost because the other guy reached the edge of a map and covered it to keep him from actually being able to deploy his army. Oh yeah. There's actually still ways to be able to do that. There's a few things like navigators and stuff that can prevent you from deploying reinforcements within 12 inches of them, and sometimes even longer. And if you just fill your army with units like that, you can basically just stop the enemy deploying any reinforcements. Question: I can only have 3 Hell Drakes, but what if I nerf them? The only way to get more Hell Drakes would be to just like if there was a variation of a Helldrake that had like a different weapon loadout. The entire ebb flow of meta and anti-meta, yeah. Internal, sorry. The dude had 0 Hellbrutes on his list before the game, people just didn't check. This was in the US, by the way. People are not as suspicious as the British. Should always be suspicious. Although, in tournaments, I hear you've only got a certain amount of time to basically deploy and play your game. So people are in a rush. Most of my games have been casual, so checking someone's list is just a small part of the game. In part because people often didn't point up correctly back then, because of just how crazy lists were. Gosh, that's a big old block. That's a big old block of stone. Oh. It's fine. It's fine. The unholy number of Slanesh are my favourite number. 6 is my favourite number too. But with very chaos to try and lie, cheat and steal and bold-facedly claim you weren't. Old Blood Bowl Goblin Team rules, where it was fine to field more people as long as you didn't get caught. Maybe the real Slanesh was a heresy we caused along the way. Yeah. Oh gosh, no. There we go. It's got rocks! He looks like he's about to trip up if he stepped forward, doesn't he? We've still got 2 more names, by the way, for anyone who wants to name somebody. Oh, here we go. We got Goodis Boyas. And we're basing our models. I need some cola. That's thirsty. I'm so tempted to get the new Dark Eldar stuff. You know, Lady Melee. Well, maybe not Lady Melee. I've seen the new Combat Patrol, and it's, you know, it's all homunculi stuff. It's got a Talos plane thing. I kind of just want to make the army. Get a full homunculi pain engine list. At one point there were solid rumours of Dark Eldar getting a pain engine titan. Like, do you know, a bio titan? I don't know what happened to that. Maybe they were just rumours after all. I think it was also back at the time when they were cancelling a lot of projects and cutting back on a lot of things that weren't Space Marines. So, would it be surprising if it was just a canned project? Yeah. Gosh darn it, that boulder jumped out and tripped me. Buffer, I have fallen. Could you render aid, Buffer? Why are you loading that boulder, Buffer? Yeah, there's actually some of them where I've definitely painted them in the idea that they've fallen flat on the face, and that's why they're covered in dust and dirt so much. Fallen. Fallen! We'll get nothing and enjoy it. We're getting 2 new models. We're getting an Archon model that looks really cool. And Malay. Basically Shadowheart. Okay, I'm gonna give this guy 2 boulders. I mean, it's still not a lot of models, but as I said, I think most of the Dark Elder models are really cool. They could do with a bigger range considering how old they are, though. But maybe they'll add the ability to recruit some Eldar stuff into it, or like Corsairs or something. Do they still have Tarantulas rules back in a sec? No, they only have them in Legends. The Tarantulas has been rendered out to print. Not that it was a great model, in my opinion, personally. But I do think they have a Legends version still. The best way to check would be just to check for Legends rules. There you go. It's Harry! Oh, I should have named like Larry as a scout. One of the neophytes. Oh, I thought it was Titanic. It's not. Big sad. Titans for Delta. For Dark Eldar, yeah. It's not quite big enough for super heavy rules, I believe. I think it used to, but not anymore. Okay, it is amazing just how much basing the miniature makes it actually decent. Or look way better. Like, I was looking at my miniatures thinking, you know what, this is definitely not worth the amount of time we spent on them. But now they got bases, I'm like, you know what, they're still not worth it, but they're pretty cool. I like the guns I gave them. I like the dirt. I'm not a big fan of the metals though. I think maybe another coat of known oil could do them some good. Necrons also need some more super heavy stuff. That being said, half of their stuff I think should count as, like, you got the monoliths and the obelisk and stuff, don't you? I feel like if they don't count, they should. Although, good gravy, the amount to Daka. What's the amount to Daka? Aspiring deck 16, so you can, yeah, obviously it does. It would have been classed as open topped originally, which just means anyone on board could shoot out from it. Can lend fire, plus it's got 12 attacks at strength 10, AP -2, 2 damage, assault plus disintegrate. So that's pretty cool. Imperium is a lie, Xeno must be purged, Chaos is heresy, but oh boy do I love my demon engines. And don't the Night Lords look really cool? There we go. It really helps out. You know what? Who I should base next? I'm basing you. The Tyrannid. Because he's still not based, so I was waiting until we start it, until we're basing loads of models at once to base this guy. Does it have Dark Lancers? Because Dark Lancers are pretty powerful. Are Dark Lancers still very powerful? Or are they just like last cannons now? I'm being called by someone. Just give me a moment. I'm back. Hi. There we go. Sorry, my mother was ringing me. There we go. Okay, let's put a big old rock over here. For you. Is that good enough? Yeah, there we go. And then a big old fluffy green tuft. And then, oh gosh. Then let's get one of these tiny dead tufts. Be nearby. There we go. And then underneath. Oh gosh, I was afraid of that. Ah, you don't want to go to work. No, don't go to work. Just watch a stream instead. No, don't go to work. Work hard, but then play harder afterwards. Last cannon stat line, I think. Ah, it could do D3 plus 3 mortal wounds when it. Ooh, that's cool. I wonder if any of the other Dark Eldar vehicles can do that. I guess it's pointless checking now, but I guess checking when the new codex comes out would be cool. It makes sense that the Dark Eldar don't really have much Titanic stuff, but it'd be nice if it did. That actually looks pretty nice now. You know what? Doesn't he look cool? The finished Yippee Neuro Lictor. Those look cool. Thank you. I ain't a heretic, looks at demon engines, but I ain't one with the Imperium either. You know, actually, I don't know what side I'm even on. Look, you can be a heretic without siding with chaos. And you can use demon engines while thinking you're just using chaos. And not chaos is using you. But usually Chaos is using you, even if you're not a heretic. There we go. A Dark Elder Wraith Titan equivalent would be so cool. Yeah, that's what we're waiting for years. And lots of people want, like, old ally rules were a lot more lenient than they are now. So you could just throw a Dark Elder, so you could throw a Reaver Titan into the Dark Elder if you wanted to. No, the other Dark Elder one. The Eldar ones. And just use them for the Dark Elder. In Apocalypse games, you could just basically add any Eldar units to the Dark Eldar too. Oh no, it fell off. Don't fall off, Mr. Rock. You got a whole rocky life ahead of you. There we go. That's another one based. I was still looking for 2 more names. I don't know what one of those would actually be, but I imagine it would be Spiky. Yeah. I think the main reason why they can't get their own Titans at the moment is basic, like, law reason is that all of the Craft Road Elder stuff is powered by Spirit Crystals, which the Dark Elder don't really use. Well, you could Pain Engine it, so you could have like I imagine an Elder Titan would have like a whole load of prisoners strapped to it, being tortured. And no, not just strapped onto the sides of it, but like you'll see the heads and their arms popping out of it. And it's a pain that's powering the engine. So it'd be like, basic again, like a massive Talos Pain Engine kind of thing. That's how I'd imagine it, and how I'd probably design a Dark Eldar thing. Titan. The alternative is something that looks a bit more like a Mandrake, you know, with weird flames on them. That could also work. Technically, if you wanted a Demon Engine, you could do it while parts of the Imperium without being Chaos aligned. Because the Inquisition does do some crazy stuff, if I'm entirely honest. No, Dark Elder Titanic unit wouldn't be a walker, it would be a big aircraft. I imagine a super ship Archaeotrax from Naval Ops, a massive twin fuselage bomber. Yeah, that could work as well. I imagine there's 3 types of Titanic units I can imagine. One would be basically, as I said, like a giant Talos Pain Engine kind of thing. Either it floats or it walks, or it's a Pain Engine. It's a massive thing. It's relatively slow for Dark Eldar, but it doesn't really matter, because it's there just to cause terror on a planetary scale. The other is, as you said, like a massive jet just filled with missiles and stuff. and bombing. And the other one I can imagine is something that's halfway between that and what the tarantulas or whatever it's called is now. Basically just a giant flying, you know the Gorgon transport things that the Krieg like to use and the Steel Legions, where it's kind of fit like 100 guardsmen on it. Imagine something like that, but it flies, it's spiky, and it's covered in guns. And it looks fast. And the Dark Elder just drop from it, and then like they're picked back up by it. It's like you got loads of chains hanging from it. And those chains can catch and kill enemies and take them away. But it can also be used by the Dark Elder to quickly escape and get back on board of it. A Titanic scale transport. Yeah, those are the 3 types of Titanic stuff, super heavy units, I can imagine the Dark Elder would utilize. A massive transport to deploy, quickly deploy, quickly escape, and quickly acquire lots of enemies. Or lots of, you know, interns. A fighter that's designed to take out enemy ships, titans, and defenses quickly. And then the giant walker thing that's just a terrifying pain engine. I like it. GW, hire us. They wouldn't like it because it's the Dark Elder. The Dark Elder, I don't think they want to put that much money into at the moment. Which is understandable. Dark Elder are one of the lesser popular ones and something that they can't really advertise to their younger fan base very well. Oh no, oh no, oh no, I accidentally... PVA's getting everywhere. I made the same mistake again.
Dark Elder aren't PG-13 enough, too much hedonism.
Yeah. The other thing about Dark Elder, why I don't think they want to do that with them, is that they want to keep Dark Elder as a small raiding faction, really. They don't want them bringing out titans, they don't want them doing crazy things. When they do have larger scale things, they basically just throw meat into the grinder and it doesn't matter because anyone who dies can be brought back to life. That's ultimately their intention with Dark Elder. And Titans kind of get in the way of that. That's why the Homunculus engine, the Pain engine, is probably the only exception to that. Because it's still very Dark Elder piled, but... the Homunculi generally don't fall into the same category of Dark Elder stuff. So Scrooge McDuck is done now. Scrooge McTemplar, although he's got a bit of raffle at the edge of the base, that's probably going to break off over time. There we go. Okay, what about these last two? What's the names? I might have missed them. If someone said some names. I forgot to say what I say every handcam stream. Thingies! About you all. Oh gosh. What time is it? 5 to. Then just make it expensive, make it a Warhound points cost. I mean, obviously any Titanic unit for Bring is going to be like massive points cost. Blue clothes, blue clothes, blue gloves. No, it's not like that. It's just the fact that I don't think they like the idea of their Eldar like in their lore or fiction or like anything, never mind how big a scale the raid is. They don't like the idea of them bringing Titanic things. That's what I think. It's not just like bringing them to a normal game, it's just bringing them to any game. GW doesn't seem to like it from what I heard here. Okay, we gotta put paint under base. Not paint, PVA under base. I'll just remove this big blob of PVA on the top. Don't worry about typos. I got a name, Safila. Safala. Okay, we'll name one Safala. Any other names from anybody? Savala. There you go. Okay, no one else has another name. I've got a name for last guy. I'm trying to think of Latin names. Quintus. Caecilius.
Like it or not, we've stepped into a war with the Cuptle on Mars. Funny meme. Rest in peace, Lance. You are missed.
It's true. I took that from Destiny. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Cabal on Mars. Balars. Balar. Balar. Able. Able! That works. But we'll name him Abal. Yeah. Pronounced Able. There we go. Eyes up, Guardian. So, yeah, I think like each of the factions, they have a specific thing that they want them to do and not do. Imperial Guard, Astra Militarum, they want to focus on artillery and tanks and cavalry, it looks like. I don't know, Imperial Guard seem to do a bit of everything. We got lots of tanks, a few walkers. Yeah, they've got a few ideas of what they want to do with them. Space means we want to see more like modern, fast, hit hard kind of idea. Lots of deep strike, lots of coming in from the sides of the board as well. We've got, like, the Imperial Guardsmen don't actually get a lot of, you know, deep striking stuff unless you do the Tempestus Scions, and they don't get a lot of good things that can reinforce very well from the board edges. Unless you do Recon Force, in which case you can do a lot of that. The Skitarii they seem to want to do as like a sort of horde army of the Adeptus Mechanicus, with a few powerful guns supporting them, but otherwise just sending in legion upon legion of Skitarii. The Peter Dinkle bot. Or were you a no-no bot? What's this about Peter Dinkle? A no-no? Okay. I can't let this stream go too long, because in 3 hours I have another stream, a member stream, where we're going to be building dwarves. We're building Longbeards. So if you're a member, 3 hours, you can pop into another stream. If you're not a member, then become a member. No, no, no. I might post Discord pictures of them later. There we go. What do we want? Ooh, that's a cool looking rock. I'm gonna place it on his base. Along with a dusty one. A dead bush. Oh no. Messed that up massively, it's fine. Looks like a bush got buried in the dirt. Poor bush. Because I got it covered in PVA. Oh no. Nathan Fillion also voiced the most beloved character. Nathan Fillion! He was from Castle. And Firefly. And Superman he played. Everyone's least favourite. They love to hate him. Green Lantern. Which I forgot the name of. Guy Gardner. Which is different from the hate that Hal Jordan gets. Guy Gardner is meant to be hated, and it's fun to hate him because he's such a silly character. There we go. Oh yeah, and Nathan Fillion was also in Halo. He also voiced Hal Jordan in a film or something. And who did he play in Halo as the... Oh, what was the game? It was a Halo 3... I forgot what they're called. They're not Spartans. ODST, yay! It was book. Yeah, it began with book B. I kept wanting to say it was Buddy or something, or Rookie, but it wasn't either. I was like, nope, definitely begins with B. But it was Buddy, not Rookie. No, it was book, not Rookie or Buddy. Oh gosh, I get confused even when I can read the name right there. You can read? He also had a voice role in an earlier game of Halo, because you can hear him as one of the voices when they're talking to the Master Chief. But it's just like a background soldier. And I noticed him right away. I was like, is that Nathan Fillion? And I checked IMDb, and it was. Okay, I want to put down one of these darker tufts next to it, and then a lighter tuft next to it, and then a big old rock. Gosh, it's a bit difficult trying to grab these at times. They'll be picked up. There we go. Onto there. And you also... No, don't stick to the tyrannid. Stick to there and put a big old rock down right there. There we go. Then there we go. Hi, Ivan IT. Do you use gloss, matte, or top coat spray? I just use a primer spray when I do my spraying. My undercoating. Which I think is just a plain matte spray. Is this all good? Yep. Oh gosh, there's some stuff over here. Doesn't matter if bits of plastic come in, it's fine. It just adds to the texture. I gotta go now. See you all again next time. Thank you for coming to the stream, Dr. Smilex. And I'm also gonna have to go soon. Because I've got a stream again in 2 hours and 50 minutes. And I've got to get myself some food before it. I don't have to, but I really want to. Oh gosh. Just got more of a battlefield ground to get into here. And there's some on this part for desk too. It's everywhere. At least it's not as bad as when it was in tiny little packets. Yeah, so we finally based them. We finally based my Parasite Demorthrex. That I made myself and looks kind of terrible. As well as a Yippee Lictor. Oh, look at him go. He's so cool. And all 20, they finally finished. All 21 of them finally fully painted. Okay, next time I'm going to experiment with another squad of Space Marines. And what I'm going to do is go Mechanicus, dry brush over Administratum
Hello, it is I,
Grey.
the Puff.
Hey, hello, Puff. I'm going to dry brush over from Administratum Grey. And then I'm going to just go over with Black Templar Contrast on all the black parts. Then go over quickly with lighter colour for here, then Skeleton Hardet. And go over with a quick blue thing. Yeah, that's what I think I'm going to try and do. It should be a lot quicker to at least get all the black and stuff done. And then once that's done, before doing anything else, I'll probably do a dry brush of Fenris Grey over the black. Then I'll just get the metals and everything else painted. That could work. The issue is there's just so much different bits. Like you got for black, then you got for golds, and you got for blue guns and for shoulder pad colours. And then the Purity seal and all the belts and the belt buckles and the white shoulder pad and the eyes, and it just all very quickly adds up to different layers that you have to paint onto them. But yeah, now they got bases, they actually look kind of cool. This guy looks a lot better now he's got bits of gravel on his base too. Maybe not. Maybe the gravel actually kind of sucks. I don't know. I'll keep it though. But yeah, I think they're worthwhile now. They're decent. People wouldn't be like, that looks like a terribly painted army. What are you even doing? And look at him. Don't you think it's actually decently done now? Maybe the metal on the cross really isn't that good. I'm not sure. It's not to the heavy metal standard and stuff, but whatever. But I'm going to have to say thank you for coming to the stream. Once again, for those who haven't seen it, I changed the Ancient with a banner and made him now a Crusader Ancient. And he's got a shoulder pad there. I've converted Adrax into this thing. This Marshal. He now doesn't feel too salamandery. Although he will be hellish to paint. Oh my goodness. I'm thinking maybe like go golden trim all along here. And all the flames as gold. Well, thank you for coming to the stream. For those of you who can join it, remember in 2 hours and 45 minutes will be a member stream. Oh my goodness. Thank you for the gifted memberships. Oh my gosh, Sharon.
Oh my cupcake.
Alan.
Thank you TA for supporting 5 cupcake mages.
Cassie Bear and Echo. Welcome to it. Tia, you're not even a member. You gifted all these memberships to everybody else. Well, thank you so much. It means a lot. Big love heart to you. And big love heart to everybody else too. And welcome to all you mages to being a cupcake mage. You can now, with your cupcake magics, do things like summon cupcakes. But remember to use your cupcake magic responsibly. But, oh, TA doing for ultimate sacrifice. Gotta do it here. Thanks for being here, everybody. And remember to work hard, play harder, take care of yourself and be kind to others and vice versa. And remember to eat good food, sleep well, dream of cupcakes, but don't eat cupcakes because they're friends, not food, you silly billies. Goodbye, everyone. Love you all. Where are we going? Where are we going? I'm going over here. Whee!